Last night, we shared with you the story of a Crescent teacher who's running a nonprofit in Africa.
Tonight, we reconnect with her across the ocean. News 8's Carrie Vick joins us now with part 2 of Building Hope.
Crescent English teacher Mary Kate Martin rounded up pen pal letters from her students here in America and is hand-delivering them to their peers 9,000 miles away in Swaziland, Africa. And while the letters are a big part of her trip, there's plenty more on Martin's plate for the week. After a full 2 days of traveling,
layover in Frankfurt, spent 13 hours correcting papers.
Crescent teacher and founder of the nonprofit Hosea's Heart made her way back to Swaziland, Africa, armed with the letters and gifts from her American students back home.
When I first got there, I actually went to visit Tinelli.
Tinelli, the Swazi girl who Martin met back in 2008, is the inspiration behind Hosea's Heart and the mother of a baby named Lucia, or baby MK, in honor of Martin.
Baby Lucia was very sick when we got there, so she was about almost a year old. And you could just tell she has a big head on this tiny, thin little body. So you could tell she was malnourished and she was sick.
But after a stop at the clinic and the grocery store, baby Lucia was back to herself.
She's laughing and giggling, and she's got teeth now, and so really, really precious.
And after reuniting with her Swazi family, it was time to share her students' letters.
And so my students back in America wrote each of you a letter. Okay, they want you to have a friend in America. Okay, so they wrote you a letter about themselves, and they want to hear from you. Michael. See, their reactions was so incredible. They actually called them love letters because they cherish them that much.
Minnesota.
They just held on to those little pieces of paper, those little envelopes, like it was a gift.
Thank you all friends for letters. Your letters are so wonderful. We are happy to get your letters.
Say hello to your students in America.
She also delivered the soccer ball one Crescent student donated for a Swazi named Johannes, who's been battling health problems.
Okay, so this is, let's see where his name is. Zach, this guy right here, Zach Hanno, is the guy who donated the ball. So it's his ball for you, and then my class, my students signed it as a get well to you.
I would like to say thank you for the ball. I've been dreaming about having a ball someday. Yeah. And say thank you for the other classes. I love you. I wanted you to be my friend. Can you please try to organize a day to come and visit?
The other major purpose of the trip was the girls' home, so Hope for Life Home. And we made incredible progress.
The home is being completely renovated all through donated funds to give young Swazi women like Tinelli a safe place to go where they'll have a chance for a future.
The tiles are getting completed. Walls are starting to get repainted. So we're getting there. The home is actually projected to open the end of January now. So we're kind of going to push for like a new year, new hope type of thing.
And as the week came to a close,
Sunny Bonani, Bamfabami, my children back home, my students.
It was time for Martin to leave one home to return to the other.
And I was really looking forward to coming back and knowing that the students were so excited to receive the letters and hear the stories and see the pictures and videos. And I have some letters back. The ones that I do have back, I want to read just some of them to you so you can kind of hear what the responses were. It says, my name is Sanziso. I'm from Swaziland, Southern Africa. I like to play football.
And while some things are not so different between Swazis and Americans,
I have two great friends. They are called Bud and Cecil.
Not everything in the letters lines up.
Why are you giving dogs names of human beings?
But there's no doubt special relationships are being formed.
I am incredibly grateful to get this letter from you, and I long to receive another one as soon as possible. I think for some of them, their worlds have already been opened up a bit.
And there's no doubt Martin's has as well. It hasn't always been easy.
It's hard because it's like I have a heart living in two different worlds.
But she's learning maybe they're not so far apart after all.
The students here aren't really that different from students there. And they all want the same thing. And they want to be noticed, and they want to be loved, and they want to be told that they can do something, that they can be somebody. And you don't have to go to Swazi to see that. I can see that here in these students as well.
This past summer was the first time Martin took a group over to Swaziland as part of Hosea's Heart. She says she will continue to take groups over every year. Now, when I visited her class, the students were asking to take a trip with her, but Martin says it may be a bit of an expensive field trip.
Oh, thanks a lot, Carrie. What a heartwarming story,
Yeah.
and bringing those classes together. Well, also, you know, Hosea's Heart has already raised about $15,000 for the Hope for Life home, but Martin says they still will need about another $15,000 to run the home for a year.
If you would like to donate or learn more about Hosea's Heart, you can visit our website at news8000.com for a link.